So what? It's just sex.
Wait a minute.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Ron,
I'm Janelle.
and you are listening to So What? It's Just Sex. And we're here again, and we're not alone, are we?
We're not alone.
Who's here? Who's here? Who do we have?
My little baby sister.
Hello.
What's your? I'm pretending I don't know. What's your little baby sister's name?
I'm Jacqueline.
Okay.
Oh,
is that
that's
what
how-
you're
you're
going
going by
by
Ja-
Jacqueline
Yeah,
these days?
I hit 30, so
I do have one question right out the gate.
Yeah.
What happened to her voice? She suddenly turned like
She
sultry.
immediately went sultry.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jacqueline. This is my normal voice.
it was the intro.
Yeah, it was.
It got me going.
It was just like instantaneous. Hello, world.
Hello.
Hi.
You're on. We're on.
We're
you know?
on. We're
Yeah.
here.
We're turning
like,
it on.
psst, psst,
Yeah.
psst. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. I know. I'm excited.
And you know,
This is so funny.
just so that people know, you don't listen to the show,
I don't.
which is completely fine. Offense not taken.
Yeah, but even funnier part is that she knows everything that we talk about on the show because she's my sister and I tell her everything. So it's kind of like she knows, she just doesn't hear it in this context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you do know everything,
I do. I pretty much know.
which is super cute. Because I mean, when you watch like movies and it's like if the movie's well written and it's like Hollywood, you'll see relationships between sisters and be like, I wish I had that, but you guys have that. You tell each other,
Yeah.
you like shit together.
Yeah, we've shit together.
I
Yeah.
FaceTime you while I pee.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
shit.
And, yeah. Janelle's always like,
just like,
Jackie, are
"Come
you
on."
shitting right now?
The other day, she's like, I'm shitting right now, just to let you know. No, we do. You know, we've actually, I was giving a shout out to her. I don't think we were talking about this on the show. I think I was talking about this with you. I can't remember, but
Wait, so you gave her a shout out with just me?
Yeah.
How's that a shout out? You
That's
mean you
still
were
a
telling me a
shout-out.
story?
why is that not a shout out? I still shouted her out to you.
Okay, continue.
Maybe it was the show. I don't remember, but I was telling you how like I was envious of her because she's very like free, like she's like a free little bird, you know.
Yeah, I think that was the last episode.
That was the last episode. Yeah, it
think
was. It was.
See,
I
you
did
didn't
shout
tell me this.
I did shout you
That's
out.
cool.
You have like you inspired me to not give a shit if I'm naked around people, like anyone, because
This
she's
is true.
always just like naked or like doing like she doesn't care. You know, she's not like self conscious about anything. So my story was when we were in Vegas and we had all the girls and there was one bathroom with like the glass shower. What the
Yeah.
fuck? We had a suite in Las Vegas. That's a huge room that could fit easily 20 people to sleep, and they have one bathroom with all the mirrors and the shower to get ready and the toilet.
Yeah.
So like it was like if we're going out, I was like, well, fuck it, I'm taking my clothes off and I'm
And then I
showering.
got blacked out and ate pizza at Topless.
Topless.
And
I was about to
offended
say.
somebody.
I was about to say.
We had to bring that up.
You ate pizza topless. I
I've
know
had a lot
about
of
that.
Sexual pizza stories.
You do.
That was-
Wait, hold on. You do have you have a lot of sexual pizza stories. So guys,
True
if you're
Italian.
listening, if you wind up getting to take her
all
out
about the pizza.
and she has pizza, you could do quite a few. Because that was your almost threesome, right?
Yeah.
You were like,
well,
you were
we're
like-
into it. We're like less than 3 minutes in.
Well, let's get. She mentioned it.
She's got so much content. We can
Yeah.
go on for days. We can go
No,
on
but
for days.
hold on. So you give your sister confidence, and then you have an almost threesome with pizza, and now I brought it up, so people need to know. So, because I think I remember that you talking to Janelle about it, where Janelle's like, "It sounds like you had a threesome," and you're like, "No, I was just in the same."
She's
bed.
like, ew, no. I'm like, that definitely sounds like a threesome to
But
me.
yeah, but I mean, not to put too much thing on it, but that was a super hot story. You should definitely.
Looking
you should.
back,
Yeah.
looking back, it was. I woke up. I was like, "What just happened? This is my friend here." But like, we're close, so it's okay. And yeah, this guy just like we brought him back. And we
He
were
was
just-
like, I hit the jackpot.
he was like, he was a cool dude, you know. But
You were out of town. You were vacationing.
yes,
Yeah.
And we brought him back, and I was like, I don't really want to bring him back, but like, whatever, he's here.
So I
And
have a
then-
question though, like leading up to that. So here you're both out,
Yeah.
and you meet this one guy. What did you like? Was it like? Because you saying we brought him back, but there must have been some preconceived like we're both like.
No, so we were like lost in the city, kind of drunk. We had
Right.
gone to like a really cool strip club in Portland. And
I feel like those words have never been spoken, but continue.
Yeah, it was like whatever. It was
A cool strip club in Portland.
It was like
Where the girls had they
Yeah,
have
they-
hairy legs and hairy
they were
armpits.
like kind of mean to the guys. They're like, claps don't tip, like clapping doesn't tip, and like you
Oh,
know,
nice. Okay.
like
and the
cool like
guys
that.
loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we start talking to him, like he's like whatever, but he showed us around, and then he just like it was like a turn at one point where he was just like on me, and I was like, I'm not attracted to you, but like okay. And then, long story short, we bring him back, and he's like hooking up with me, but then I'm like, I kind of want him to leave. So I start eating pizza. Thinking like the pizza will
Like,
like
distract,
like
deter.
oh, this girl's like busy,
Yeah.
so I gotta go. It doesn't. And my friend is in the bathroom, and she comes out. I'm eating pizza, and he like had taken off all my clothes, and he's just going down on me while sitting like cross-legged on the floor.
This sounds amazing.
Yeah, so I
Sounds
feel
like
like
the best moment ever.
I feel like that's a power move for you.
It kind of was. I was just like, enjoying my
Yeah,
pizza.
you're like sitting there going, a little bit more to the, a little bit more to the left.
Let me get my pepperoni in. Hold on.
You're like a little, okay, just like that. And then you yell out to your friend, and you're like, "Yo, psst, you want a slice?" Have you ever eaten while being eaten? It's
No.
like I feel
That
like,
was a first for me.
gosh, you know what, Janelle? The next time we have pizza, we need to
You
go down
order
on
pizza like every day, so
I
there should
know.
be no problem.
I know, but the thing is, I don't sit there and think to myself, oh, my dick should be in your mouth while I'm eating this pizza. And I don't think that you're sitting there going, you know what, honey? Why don't you come lick my clit?
I could probably handle it.
I
No,
mean-
like if I'm eating a slice, sure, why not?
I feel like that's 2 slices of heaven.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
I know, and the guy, I give him like, I mean, you got to give the guy props. He was going for
Yeah.
it. It's like,
Oh, he
who
was
cares
trying,
about
yeah.
this pizza? It's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
So-
I'm
He
gonna
didn't
go
even
in.
want a bite. He didn't ask for a bite.
You're like, hold on, let me get you some sauce. And you just
Drip, 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 drip.
Oh my god.
oh my goodness. And then so your friend comes out of the bathroom. She's fully clothed, or was she naked?
Yeah, she's like ready. She's like, I'm gonna go to bed. I was like, okay, me too. He follows us. It was the whole thing, and then, I wouldn't like get down. So he
Get down.
He,
meaning
like I wouldn't
fuck?
have I didn't want to, like I eventually did, but
Yeah.
like I didn't want to, and then he's walking around naked shaking his dick, and he's like,
You
I'm
said
so
he had a
frustrated.
big. You said he had a big.
Oh,
one.
it was huge, yeah. But again, I wasn't attracted to him.
Yeah.
But whatever, and he's just shaking it, and he's like, I'm so frustrated. And my friend was like, just leave.
Yeah, like,
But
get
he-
out.
He wouldn't. And then like we wake up at like 5 a.m. I'm like, you're leaving now, right?
Oh my god.
He's like, yeah, I just gotta get my stuff together.
He sobered up. He's like, damn. He's like, I should at least grab pizza.
Should have at
Yeah,
least
I
gotten a
just-
meal in before I fucking hit the road. I needed.
I know I ate you out, but I'm hungry.
I'm still hungry. If that was like, I don't even know, like if I found myself in that situation, just like flipping it from a male perspective to a female perspective, if I'm like, out and then seems to be something percolating. So you go back to the person's house and then the guy like leaves mid whatever to go eat some pizza. I'd be like, all right, you might be a little bored.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm just going to head out now.
That was my point. That
Yeah.
was what I was
Yeah.
So
trying to
now,
do.
now let me try to get into the mindset. So here I meet these girls that were just at a strip club. So I'm thinking that they're ready
Horny
to go.
and
Yeah.
fucking hot.
And then they both say I can come back, even though it's begrudgingly. They're like, I guess you can come
Well,
back.
it sounds like he gave them a tour.
Yeah. So
I
I'm,
was
City.
like, go down the. Before we walked in, I was like trying to get rid of him, and I was like, go down the block and go get condoms. He's like, no. Like I have some, or I don't even know what he said. Like he tried to get them from a bar next door. It was just like,
He probably had no money to buy any, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, I
So-
can go. There's a Planned Parenthood down the street where I can get some for free."
so I finally get into these girls' apartment, and
Yeah.
they seem to be split up, and I'm like, why aren't they in the same spot? But then I'm like,
The one girl is putting on her face mask to go to bed
Yeah.
and putting her pajamas on.
so I'm trying to figure out what like what would possess me to be like, okay, let me see if I can take this girl's, because like this is what he's thinking. He's like, okay, she let me take her clothes off, so that's somewhat
Somewhat.
consent. That's somewhat right.
baby steps.
Right? So because you were like, okay, and then I'm like, maybe if I go down on her, I'll be like, look, I'm a giver.
That was very nice nice of him. Not
Yeah.
a lot of guys do that.
It reminds me of the story, like going back to the last episode when I said that girl in high school where I went down on
Yes.
her. She was totally walking around the house naked. I go down on her and she's like, "Yeah, that was fun. Thanks. Take care." And I go
doesn't
home
mean
with
that-
my dick in my hand.
Yeah, it doesn't mean sex. It
Yeah, I
doesn't
never
mean
even
sex.
got like a real kiss or anything. I just she because I said I was good at going down. She's like, "Oh, you should try it." And then let me see. And then I was done. She's like, "Okay, cool."
That woman
Take
is
care."
probably the CEO of Google right now or something. She's probably like in charge of some fucking corporation in
You
Silicon
see?
Valley.
So you're on track to being
My
in
dude's
charge.
probably like stripping at the strip club now. He's like, let me try something new.
you totally broke him.
Poor
You broke
guy.
his soul.
Poor guy.
So I guess that's a welcome to the show.
Welcome to
Thank
the
you.
show.
Welcome to the show. Let's all cheers it. Let's cheers.
Clink, clink,
Clink clink, because everybody knows we drink while we podcast.
That's the best.
It's part of our logo. So.
Yeah, it's like you kind of have to do it because of the
Your
logo.
DNA.
Yeah, we don't even like drinking.
Yeah. I mean, there's another podcast that we have been listening to, Marriage and Martinis. So it's like,
That's cool.
it's very cute.
Yeah.
It's in their name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Hashtag.
Yeah,
Marriage and
yeah, we love them. So we have so much stuff to talk about. We got
We
totally
do.
derailed in the beginning.
We
A lot
did.
of stuff. I mean, I had to say it because I think
Pizza
that's a
and cunnilingus.
yeah. Well, because you do seem to like pizza and being naked.
Yeah. It's weird.
That's
Well, the
why
other
is that
cool.
weird?
It's cool.
It's a kink. That's not weird.
New king.
The other story, very quickly, we were in Las Vegas. She disappears, comes back to the room, and my friend was there, and she's just drunk. She's just drunk on the floor, eating the pizza with no shirt on. And my friend, my friend was like, "Is this really like how she behaves?"
Uptighty.
She was just like, "Is this really like what happens when she drinks?" I'm like, "I guess so," but like, props to you. Like, she got her tits out and whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
And it was all safe. No one got hurt.
Yeah.
But
That-
yeah,
a pizza was
Pizza and
murdered.
tits. I like thought she was gonna put her tits like on the table while she was like having the pizza. Like, there's no visual because we're just talking, but it was a moment. It was a memorable moment.
And then your picture I took with the pizza.
Which one?
We made a meme about it. Remember?
Oh yeah. We have the
Always-
pizza.
it always
Yeah.
comes full circle.
You have the pizza where you're sitting there eating the pizza from New York,
Yeah,
and
we were trying to. Yeah. I
and we turned it
remember.
into a meme. It's one of
Yeah.
our earlier memes on that are self-created memes.
Yeah.
On our so
We
what
tried
it's
that
just
for a little
sex
bit.
on Instagram.
Yeah, it's all about the pizza, bro.
Yeah. And we seem to have a lot of it. But moving on from the pizza. Moving on from the
When
pizza.
in Rome, I mean,
so
you
we
know.
do talk about you quite a bit on the show because you have a lot of shenanigans.
No, now I'm gonna start to listen. I need to know what's going on here.
So we tell your stories. We say different things about like the stuff that you go through. But you're single, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're young-ish.
Yeah.
What would you say? Would you say you're youngish? Do you feel old now? Like I feel like you're at that borderline where you can go into like one bar on the same street and feel super old, and then go in
Yeah.
another one and feel
Yeah.
like the right age.
I feel like a good little like middle ground. Like I could relate with like the youngins.
Yeah.
And then like I feel like I'm kind of like, all right, like
Yeah.
I get it when you're older.
Yeah.
It's cool.
She's at a good age. We are over the hill at this point.
What I don't understand what that means. I mean,
40's the new 20.
Yeah.
yeah, for women,
Yeah.
40's the new 70 for men.
We
Men
went
age well.
we went
Oh,
to
that's awesome.
we went to a
With money, they do.
That's true. We went to a karaoke bar on Friday night, and the age range was probably like 24 to
50?
maybe
That's
the
a
like the
wide
one
range,
guy.
yeah.
The one guy. I don't.
He was
even
the
know.
outlier.
Yeah, he was an outlier. He can't be considered in part of this experiment. He go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm glad you brought that up because I
Yeah.
did want to talk about the fact that we went out on Friday because everybody knows we moved to a new place and we're in this new environment and we're trying to get our like mojo back and we're sitting here and we're like we need to go somewhere and do something.
Yeah, I
Let's-
was texting you that during the day. I was like, "No, we're fucking going out tonight."
Yeah.
and you're like, "Yeah, right." I'm like, "No, we're fucking going out tonight." Like, I don't give a shit how tired we are. Like, because we are tired. Like, we worked all day. My mind is numb from like a 9-hour conference call. You've been on traipsing on the subway. I'm like, no, who cares? Like, let me take a shower. We're going out, and we did it. We fucking went out, and we found a place. It was really cute.
And what's awesome is that when you first walk into a place, like, I don't know, I can't speak for everyone, so I'm going to speak for myself. But when I first walk in, it's like in 10 seconds, I'm judging it. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
this is to this is
like a
to
song.
that. And I'm giving myself excuses to bounce. Like I'm like
We gotta go.
like we're just gonna have a quick bite to eat and we're out of here.
Actually, you did say that. You're like, well, let's just get some chicken and then we'll go. We'll have a drink and we'll see, and then we'll probably just go.
Chicken?
Yeah, like they had like fried chicken.
they have fried chicken. Yeah,
They're like chicken nuggets, basically.
yeah, but I mean, it was better than regular chicken nuggets. But I'm like, and then we can just leave. So we're done eating our food, and we're like, should we stay? And I'm like, look, there's 2 seats at the bar. Karaoke starts in 10 minutes. Let's just wait because we like karaoke. So then we're in this place, and we sing really quickly, and then I think it's really like other people make you comfortable because like we're done singing and these people start going, oh my god, you guys are so great, you're so cute together, oh we love you guys. So then
That
Janelle's
was like 4 drinks later. That
Yeah,
was like a while later. But in the beginning, I was really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because everyone was a little bit younger than us. And I'm like, they're not going to know the songs that we're going to sing. Like, I did it.
not true.
I did a Grease
It
song.
turned out to
and
be
I
not
felt
true.
like super uncomfortable. Like, no, but I was like, these people are voting.
Ageism.
I was doing that. I was assuming like that they were gonna consider me some like kind of outcast, probably just because of middle school trauma. But whatever, we won't talk about that today.
Different
But,
podcast.
different podcast, different topic.
this week on middle school trauma.
But like I felt bad that I assumed that because it didn't turn out that way. They were super nice. They're like, oh, we get it, king and queen of karaoke over here. Like, and then it was like, okay,
mean,
I
even
like you.
I've been like in Hermosa, there was like a 80-year-old man in
Yeah.
the bar, and like he was the talk of the town. He had all the ladies on him.
Yeah.
It was like a good time.
He
Well,
was
this
rich.
wasn't like that.
He was rich.
This
He
wasn't
had
like
lots
that.
of
But
money.
it could have been.
It could have been, but it wasn't. But what fun fact though? So we meet this group, and we're kind of mingling with everybody, and then we meet this group, and they were really like fun, and like we were just like, oh my goodness, we're at a good time. Like we went outside, smoked real quick, came back in, we kept drinking, kept singing. Janelle got a digits out of it.
Ooh.
She got digits out of it, and then so that group
From the same guy that says she's got a kid almost my age. I'm like, oh my god.
but
Yeah.
but take it where you can.
But he
I didn't
did
get
give me- he
digits.
did give
But
me
hey,
his-
he had the
He
confidence.
did
Yeah.
give me his
Big
number.
dick energy.
Well, no, it wasn't. I asked him for his number. So because I'm not
it was
shy. Like, I
it
don't
was the
care.
BCE, the big clit energy.
It was the big clit energy
Yes,
for sure.
even
Yeah.
better.
I was like, well, you're cute and you're not with her, so can I have your number? And he's like, Ron's not gonna mind. I'm like, no, that's the glory of being married for so long.
It's
Ron's not gonna mind at
2020.
all. Yeah.
So then they leave, and we're like, man, this was really fun, and we were thinking that maybe it's gonna die down now, but this like group of like people from Manchester walk in, and there was like 8 of them, and they were all beautiful, and they all had like these accents. And then Janelle, I was like,
cool.
so I go, come on, Janelle, you can do this. And then they're like, yeah, Janelle, you can sing it, Janelle. And then they're like screaming her name, and she's like, you guys are way too fucking hot. She says this to them. She
I
goes,
was like, guys, I can't do this while you're all screaming my name behind me. They're like, Janelle, yes, Janelle.
so
I'm
cute.
Sean from Manchester, and I love your smile and your
love
body.
I love it.
Yeah.
It was great.
and then he goes, does your husband?
He pulled me like to dance, the one guy, and he was like, does your husband mind if I dance with you? I was like, just keep talking. Just keep talking. Nope, nobody minds anything.
Dance with me.
I said, when do you leave to go back to Manchester? And he was like, Tuesday. And then they got their own room and they disappeared. They were all wasted. But they were all like so pretty. The guys, the girls,
Yeah.
they must have been all together.
And then the bartender, she was amazing. And then I picked a song that might be too slow for the room, so I was like, Vivian, can you switch that with another thing? And then she's like, yeah, let's do it. And then she would switch. It was like
Wait,
a real.
where was it?
It was the Beats
Williamsburg.
Karaoke in Williamsburg. The
Okay.
place called Belly.
I don't know.
Belly.
It's
New
it's
York.
Belly, New York. It's across the street from the Williamsburg Cinema. It's like right on the same corner.
Okay.
It's like
But-
the closest
I
movie
gotta
theater
go.
to us. I
Yeah,
think.
but it's so fun.
That's so fun. Karaoke's
Yeah,
so fun.
and you
was
could
good.
rent your own room if you have like a
Oh,
large
that's
group.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that was Friday. So we're like, man, we're really like killing it right now. So then Saturday comes, and then what happened yesterday? That was yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened last night, Janelle?
I had an experience. I had a little experience.
You had.
It wasn't terrible.
would you call it
just
a
was-
date?
It was a date.
You went on a date.
Yeah, which I was totally weirded out about because usually I just talk to people and then I meet them somewhere, fuck them, and then that's like I move on. Either I talk to them again or not.
Yeah,
But in this case, it was like an actual date.
Because to be clear, because you got there
Well,
at
why
like
was it a date?
8:30.
Why was what?
Because it was
classified
like,
as a date?
like we talked for a little bit. Where are we gonna meet? Okay, let's go get drinks. And then like it wasn't really like
Well, here I can explain that because she got there at 8:30, and at 9:30, I didn't get a "I'm gonna go to his place" text. I'm like, it turned into a
it's
date. And then at 10:30, I didn't get a "I'm going to his place." I'm like, oh god, it's like they're
It's like, oh,
this is a date date.
elope.
Yeah, this is a date. So continue.
No, we had a good conversation, and before I left, I was a little nervous about it because with Tinder, like what I assume is that people don't read the profile; they just like
Yeah, I don't.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I have like a little blurb about our situation on there, and he never mentioned it. Like usually guys are like, who's the guy in the picture? Or what's your situation? Or is your husband going to kill me if I take you out? Or like there's just usually a conversation.
Well, Ron's on there.
Ron's on there. It's
Okay,
very
so
open,
then, yeah.
but usually they talk about it.
Yeah.
This person did not. So I was
Like
like,
an elephant in the
then
room.
I was like, it was freaking out. Like I told him, I was like, Ron, like maybe he doesn't know what the situation is, So I asked him like straight away, like, do you like know my scenario? And he was like, yeah, you're married. And I was like, oh, okay, so you did read it. And he's like, yeah, I totally read it. That's why I super liked you.
Oh,
And
but
I was
he
like,
just like didn't bring it up.
he didn't know. He didn't bring it up before, which was cool. I actually liked that
Yeah.
because it made me feel more like a person rather than like an object of like
Yeah,
a
like a
sexual,
kink. Yeah.
kinky, whatever. So that was cool, and he's very nice, but it just wasn't like a good romantic connection. So when we went to have a couple of drinks, and then we walked to another place to have
But you're
another
attracted
drink.
to him though.
Yeah, he was attractive. He's cute. He was
Vibes.
yeah,
Pheromones.
no, not anything
No,
like
you didn't
that.
like
Not
it?
really, but like not initially. Just like it kind of like took a little bit of a turn
Okay.
through the conversation. So then we go to a second place, and then he was assuming that I was going to go back to his apartment. So then I said, well, I don't think I'm going to come back with you. I actually think I'm going to go home. And then it was like, oh God. Like, I think it was the ego or whatever that I
So
hit.
what did he say?
He was just very like, it was very upset and like taken aback. And I was like, well, like if I'm being honest, like because we left the bar and I was
Yeah.
like, should I call Uber like now? Or because then he was like walking. I'm like, if you're like going home, like I'll just wait here. And then I said, like, I'm not trying to insult you, and I'm down to like get to know you better. But like this moment, like you haven't even tried to like romance me. You didn't tell me I look pretty.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me I looked nice tonight. I mean, I
Or
showered.
even like you're hot. Like
Nothing.
Like I'm excited. Let's bang.
Nothing
Yeah,
like that. So I
no.
said, I know that I'm married, and this is the situation that I'm in, but like I still would like to be like romanced or desired, or feel desired by you. And he was like, no, you're totally right. And then we got into this like whole conversation. I
About
wound
what?
up like
And
kissing.
what was his excuse?
He was just like, you're right. You're right. I should have done. I should have
so
done
he has like
that.
no game.
He.
Basically.
I was just like, I felt bad, and then he's like, I said like, let's kiss and see if there's any like,
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
That's never happened to me before. Well, there was the one time that it was super awkward, but it was very obvious. This was like I couldn't tell like what was the problem.
Shy.
Yeah, I guess, but
But I mean, it's an interesting point that you bring up, and we were talking about this last night. Is that yes? You're assuming.
I said to you, yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, you're assuming that you're gonna bang. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the whole point.
The intention.
But there still needs to be a little bit of like touching
Yeah,
or
it's not
something.
like robots. Like,
yeah,
it's gotta be.
yeah, you got to do a little something. So
You have to create the attraction. You've never
Right.
met this person
Right.
before.
I texted him like because he was texting me after I left, and I said you should have grabbed my butt sooner because like before I was leaving, like right before I was leaving, he was grabbing my butt and like trying to kiss me, which was nice, and that was like
Yeah.
passionate. I could tell he was
Yeah.
passionate about the situation, but that should have happened maybe like a half an hour
yeah.
prior.
But then if like I went to a bar with some dude and he grabbed my ass, I'd be like, what the fuck?
I know,
right, but
It's
that's the
such a
thing is
weird-
it's a different
Yeah,
situation
you gotta,
because
like-
because you could possibly be looking for something else, and the guy has to read the
so you have
room.
to set the platform.
Right, but Janelle set the platform ahead of time, being
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
So it's like you can assume that sex is on the table, but you have to make it a little bit more.
Yeah, like make it fun.
Oh, and I did say we were walking. And I said, my pussy's a treat. I was like, you should be excited to be near my pussy, you know.
Yeah.
And then he was telling me how he would have went down on me, and which was great, but I wasn't catching those like sexual vibes where he was like wanting to touch me.
Yeah.
Like I actually sat when he first got there, I moved over so he could sit next to me, but
I do that too.
he sat across from
People
me.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do the same thing, and
Yeah.
they always sit across. And maybe,
But there was a one I had like a one nighter in San Diego, and like we met at. He really wanted
No
boneless
frills.
wings, so we
No-
went to Chili's. But Chili's was in the parking lot of the hotel, so it was easy access and whatever. But like I knew what was up with him. But when he arrived to meet me, actually he picked me up from the hotel. But when we sat, he sat next to me, and he put his hand on my leg, which at first made me nervous. But then
a
I was like, no,
signal.
like this is why. Yeah, like I want to like connect with you.
Yeah.
And so, but I know that it's hard for men in my situation to kind of figure out how to play it, because I know that
Yeah.
it's a very complex, like, do I go in full balls to the wall and like, come suck my dick? You want to come suck my dick? Or I want to go down on you right now? Like, cause that could come across too aggressive. So I know he probably didn't really know like how to approach it. I'm not sure.
But it's funny because I'm thinking now, like that terrible date I went on last week.
Yeah.
If the guy he didn't touch me, he didn't
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not attracted to you. But I'm like, is it because you didn't do any of that?
It is.
Would I have been more receptive?
So
if
here's
you
the
touched
question
me?
for both of you then. So Janelle, you first. If you would have seen him sitting across the room, you weren't there to meet him, you would have been like, I want to talk to him.
No, not per se.
Okay,
but,
hold on.
But getting to know him through texting and conversation, I was attracted to his personality.
So it
Yeah.
was more like you got to know him a little bit.
I mean, I swiped on his photo, so yeah, I was
okay.
attracted to him.
Okay,
Yes.
so and then the same thing with you.
You swiped on
Well,
his photo.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
so
yeah.
so guys, because we should all be taking notes. I know that only 40%, or actually like it's like 26% of our listeners are single dudes, but you gotta
That's a good
take it.
percentage.
You gotta take notes, man. Like if you're on a date with a girl, you gotta be like, you maybe say like, hey, is it okay if I sit next to you?
Yeah, ask.
Like, hey,
Can I touch
You know,
your-
yeah. Is it okay if I put my arm around you? You know,
Yeah,
because
like,
you're
I
on a
wanna put
date.
my arm around
You know what I'm saying? Like, you look great tonight. I would love to, everybody here to see that we're together. Can I sit next
Yeah.
to you? You know, just say something
Yeah,
nice.
after when everything just started to unravel, he was like, "You smell fucking amazing," and I'm like, "Okay, but you should have said that like 2 hours ago. Like you didn't say that when you first gave me a hug when you got there. Like it was like after I had already brought up the
There's
fact
like a
that
30-minute window.
Yeah,
Critical.
Yeah,
Critical
and
30-minute
I'm like,
window.
throw me a bone.
And I'm like the total opposite. Like I don't really get to go out much with girls, but when I do, it's like I'm like, oh, let me get this, let me get that. Do you need something? What do you want? And then
Yeah,
they're just
you're
like,
like attentive.
Yeah,
you're
they're-
like in the husband experience.
they're
You're
like-
They love
let me-
that
yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
yeah. So it's just, but it's like two extremes. But I have to cut back on that and be like, I have to find that middle
put-
ground.
yeah.
I got to find that middle ground.
Can't
I
be
gotta
a sucker.
I gotta be like, yo,
No.
what's up? I was like, what's
You
it
gotta
gonna
have
take to
some
get those
game. You
lips
can't-
on my dick?
Yeah.
Be like, yo, you need another shot? Yo, can I get a shot for this mommy right here? I need another shot for the. Yo, what's
That
up,
could
boo?
work.
Did you need something?
That could work.
Yo,
Seriously.
I'm gonna go take a piss. It takes a little bit because it takes a while to get my dick out and put it back in.
Unless
So-
you're gonna help me with that.
Yeah. I was like, but how about you sit here and enjoy that salad and water I got for you because I want to keep that body tight.
my
Just look
God.
pretty, baby.
Right? I mean, it just seems like there's so many finite.
There's so many nuances
Yeah,
to it, and I
it's
felt
ridiculous.
really, really bad. But Jackie had a date where you were just referencing. She
Yeah.
swiped on him. This
So,
like
yeah,
this
tell-
is like your most recent date.
yeah,
last
tell us
year,
tell us
right?
what happened.
So he was very sweet. He like he thanked me for being a nurse, and I thought that was cool.
And leading up to it,
Matt
he
was like-
he had good conversation.
he not really.
I thought he
But I
did.
thought he was like a sweet person, so I was like, you don't really talk, but maybe you're not a texter.
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
there's some people like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Matt was like, wait, did he text you? Thank you for your service. I was like, whatever.
Oh, he knew that before you told him. Oh my God, Matt.
I know. So, what happened? So I agreed to meet up with him.
And I was really
You're, like,
this
pro
guy.
this guy.
I was like such a fan of him.
And I was not.
He didn't send her any dick pics.
No,
like,
but
he
hold
wasn't
on.
Yeah, that was
rude.
cool.
Oh
He
my
was
God, this is that guy.
well, you
respectful.
were not, and I was not.
Yeah,
But
I
gave him
was
the
not.
benefit of
No,
the
I was
doubt.
totally not on board with this person. There was just a million things that, like,
Yeah.
I mean, he might as well live at
Like-
home with his mother.
Like on his profile, he like had something, and Matt again pointed it out, and he's like, "This isn't even a full sentence."
Oh my
like,
God.
Yeah.
So continue. So you
So-
meet this dude.
So I
Oh.
try to meet this dude.
right.
I get there, and usually I'm late. This guy calls me. hey. He's like, hey, Jackie, my Uber dropped me off like in a really bad area. And I was like, oh my God, like what happened? Like I had given you the address 5 minutes ago. Or not, no, I gave like
The
I
day
told him the
before
place.
or whatever.
I told him the place the day before.
Yeah.
I said what city it's in. And then I screenshotted it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Even if you're not tech savvy, I sent you the physical
He wound up at the
address.
wrong location.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
an hour out of the way.
Yeah.
Not
And
like
I
5
waited.
minutes away.
My friend was like, "You need to bounce. Tell
Yeah.
him to pay for it." Because
Yes.
he goes, "I just paid so much money for an Uber."
Yeah.
She goes, "Tell him to Uber home."
yeah.
And I was like, "I feel bad, so I
And
waited."
this is our like heart. That's because you have a big heart, and you're like,
Yeah,
I feel
I
bad
felt
for
bad.
him, even though he's a do and went to the totally wrong location.
So my.
I feel like you
pussy
guys
just
are using.
clamped
I
up.
feel like you guys are using heart wrong because like Jackie's heart is like I hear. This is what I hear on Janelle. When Janelle's on the phone, she's like, so how was the date? So you were sitting in his car, Jackie. Why'd you give him a hand job? Why would you feel bad? He bought you wings.
Oh my God!
It's like that's what I
no.
hear. So that's your heart. You're
Yeah.
you give so much that you would just
Yeah.
jerk some random dude off just
yeah,
because.
like because he bought me a beer.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened the other day. Like true story.
Okay, Janelle.
He bought me 2 $4 beers, and I gave him a beach.
Friday night.
Oh my God!
Friday night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go by myself to a bar and I'm just gonna
Buy
buy
2
girls
beers?
beers.
Make sure it's happy hour.
Yeah, I'm just gonna buy girls beers. I'm gonna be like, how many beers to
Like
a hand
Oprah,
job?
you get a beer. You get a beer. Who's gonna bite?
He can have a sign that says, "We'll buy you a beer for a handy."
Yeah, and what's awesome about that is the first one to take me up on it is that I could save my rest of my money. I don't need anything after that.
Yeah.
Well,
my
you're in New York
evening's
City,
over.
so anything goes. Here.
Anything
So
goes.
continue. So you wait over an hour for this dude to show up.
Yeah, and he gets there. I didn't even see him walk in because at this point I'm like probably drunk,
Right.
A little bit.
Well, because you got left at the bar for like an hour and a half.
The
Yeah.
bartender's like thinking Matt's like, they think you're a prostitute for sure. I'm like, yeah, probably. I had a huge like Victoria Gotti shirt
your
on,
furry
like,
jacket.
furry jacket.
Yeah.
And then, so he gets there, and I don't know if he's kind of shy, whatever. Like, we talked a little bit. He tells me about some dead bunny.
Yeah.
That made
He
me
talked about his
sad.
girlfriend.
Talked about his ex-girlfriend.
All was bad.
Yeah, and like, there was some things he said that were cool. He had like this cologne on that like,
His pheromones weren't.
his pheromones, I think the
good.
cologne covered up the pheromones
Yeah.
possibly. Yeah, and he didn't put his hand on my leg. He didn't say, you look nice. Like, nothing.
Nothing. And he was late.
And he was late and Ubered to the wrong place.
Yeah.
And blamed the Uber.
Yeah, it's definitely not the Uber's fault. It's like you
No.
put your own
No,
fucking
bro.
destination.
And then
into
told me
the
he
app.
called out sick of work and
Which are like, ew, that's a turn
that
off.
turn off, not a hustle.
Man, hold on. Can you girls slow down? I'm trying to take notes here. I'm like on page 900 of what not to do.
Yeah.
Jesus.
If you call it a work, don't tell your date. Especially on the first one.
Oh my gosh.
It's like I have a job, yay, but I don't care about
Yeah.
it.
He's like,
Boo.
well, they owe me days. Like, well, I don't look at your clock stuff or, paycheck. Like, I don't.
Well, I feel for your situation. I mean, in a certain type of way, because you're a successful young woman. You're beautiful, but there's so many guys out there, and they have so many girls to like choose from, like with the
Yeah.
Tinder and the Bumbles and like all these apps that exist where. That didn't exist back in the day. Like 20 years ago when I met Ron, it was like, oh, hey, like you meet some random guy at a store. Like,
I met him at a club.
that's
the
why,
old school.
yeah, or a club or whatever, like the library. Like you met people like face to face, and if you had a vibe, then you'd go on a date or hang out or whatever it was. But now it's like everything is these like
On to the next.
hundreds and hundreds of women and men that you can select. So it's like I don't know. But then
It's
I
like good. It's like a
but-
curse and a blessing.
Yes.
Well, but you said guys have like choose. I don't actually agree with that. I think it's for guys. It's a numbers game.
I feel bad for guys.
Yeah.
Women choose. No.
I pick up on the numbers.
No,
thing now.
because men, it's a numbers game. I'm just gonna throw it out. Like that's why my Tinder is so non-existent and our other app is so non-existent because like Jackie saw me. Like I showed
I
her.
swiped everybody.
She swiped everybody. Like
even
and
like some not to offend anybody, even some horrendous like questionable people.
who didn't pick me because
Didn't
they
pick
have
you.
better options.
Yeah.
Because guys just swipe. Like me, when I'm swiping, I go, no, 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 no. Oh, okay, yeah, no, no. Because I have, like my rules. Like if you put yoga on there, I'm definitely not picking you. If you have a
Yeah.
picture of yourself, like like in a mountain somewhere, not
Oh
you.
yes, skydiving.
Yeah.
No.
Like I'm
or
not.
with a celebrity.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like I'm not
although I
active.
swiped on a guy because he meant G-Eazy.
Oh, because you're just trying to get to G-Eazy. That's
Yeah.
different. That's
Which,
different.
if in case anybody wants to know, G-Eazy does not have to buy beers.
no, he.
There's
he
no
could just
2-drink minimum.
Slides right in.
Yeah,
Slides
I'll
right
Yeah.
meet you at your hotel.
He's got the
I'll
VIP.
I'll leave and out like right away.
in. No, not an hour. Like several hours.
He's got the VIP booth.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we should call your vagina, G-Eazy's VIP booth.
He's a beautiful man.
Yeah, he's
actually.
cool.
But the thing is, it's like with me, I try to be selective, and knowing that being selective isn't going to do anything for me because I need the numbers
Yeah,
game. I
you
need to
gotta
just
do
like.
it. I mean,
Yeah.
guys will be like, "Hey, you free tonight?" After like, I don't even know who you are. I just gave you my number on a whim, and I know I'm like, "Oh, homie, you're playing the numbers game. Like you're just seeing who bites."
They just want to stick a dick in something.
yeah, and that's fine. But
That is
you know,
fine.
I don't even know you.
No, so that's the challenge. But then at the same time, I recognize the challenge for a single man who is on the apps. Like I don't think that every man out there is in it for the numbers game. I think that there's probably good people out there too.
We had Anthony Rivera on the
Right,
show.
exactly. So for people like him who are trying to meet somebody, but then you have women that are so they're so, what's the word, like where they're just feel negative about the whole situation.
Jaded.
They're jaded because of the experiences that they've had. So they don't have a shot in the dark or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a shot in the dark.
This is a metaphor that I'm going to use, and I might ruin it because I've had a couple of whiskey glasses. But it's like when you go into the store and you're looking for something and you can't find it, so you're like, "Fuck it," and you turn around
skip
and
this.
leave, and then you walk right past the thing you were looking for because you stopped looking for it because you're just like,
Yes,
"Fuck it, I'm
yes.
out."
Yeah.
And that's kind of
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
I hope that's the reason why I'm in
Yeah.
the situation I'm in.
I told,
I'm covered in dust on a grocery shelf somewhere.
well, I told you to like get rid of my sister on there because
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cock blocking.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
thing is
But
I'm
then
trying.
you can tell them later. But then
Yeah,
that's
but then
deceiving.
but then that's deceiving. So
But
I'd
then,
rather.
but then you still get the bait. You
Yeah,
know?
but I'm not trying to like.
Yeah, but
bait
Ron also
switch.
likes threesomes, so he's like he wants to have a girl like join us.
Well, just be like, oh, down for threesomes. Boom, done.
yeah.
Boop.
Oh, without a girl's picture.
Yeah, but here's the
Like
thing.
face smiling,
Yeah.
Yeah.
eating a pizza. You know the pizza where
Yeah,
it
the
gets
pizza,
you.
the pizza's gonna work.
Every
time.
single girl's like, I'm not interested in being in a threesome. I don't want to be in a
I'm
threesome.
not
that-
being, they go, I'm not anyone's fucking unicorn. That's like their Tinder profile
But, so
description.
if you know what a unicorn is, like,
Yeah.
you know, like you've been there, maybe done that. I didn't know about that.
You
Until
know
you
what's so
told me.
funny?
I would
This-
do a threesome with 2 dudes though.
Oh, it's super fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's like your shtick.
Yeah,
Shtick.
my shtick. It's my shtick.
You get shticked by 2 shticks.
I mean, honestly, that's my favorite thing in the whole
I mean,
entire
the
world.
attention's on you. Like,
yeah.
like, how could you beat that?
Oh, there's nothing like it. It's
No.
especially if like it's all like everyone's having a good time. Like there's no jealousy going on or whatever. Like it's pretty.
And
it's
women
pretty
can
great.
be crazy. Like Sex in
Yeah.
the City, it was the episode.
Yeah.
I won't get into it.
I'm the crazy one. I'm the jealous crazy one. So I definitely know what that is.
It's because it's so funny because you're like, it's my favorite thing. Me, it's like so stressful. Because in
Why?
both
What's
ways,
stressful?
both
Why?
ways. Because if I'm with Janelle and another girl, I'm like, okay, I touch this boob for like 30
like,
seconds.
yeah, like, oh.
I have to make sure I touch this
calculated.
Janelle's for a minute and then like go back and be like, oh,
I'll
what did
just
I do?
leave my hand here for a second.
And then when it's me and another guy and Janelle, I'm just like, God, his dick's huge. You know what I mean? It's like it's so big that like that looks
ooh.
like it really hurts.
Let
but
me
like,
go like get my pump real quick.
Ron's like, no. One of the times Ron was like, "Are you gonna be able to handle that?" I'm like, "Yes, honey,
Well,
I got it. I got this."
you're like,
covered."
I think so.
Wait, but at what point did you whisper? Did you whisper? it?
No.
Like,
I told her afterwards. I was like,
Oh,
when
'cause
he
you
pulled,
saw-
yeah, because I was like, when he pulled his dick out, I was like, oh my God. In fact, I stood back with like defibrillator, and I was just waiting in case she passed out.
"Oh my
You have like a
God.
bat.
Yeah, and I was just gonna be like, no, I was just gonna defibrillate her, like bring her back, be like, dude, you can go. She totally wanted this, so
I'll
it's
call
okay.
her sister.
Clear. Clear. She's fine. It's like, well, she's smiling. Yeah, I know. It happens all the time,
Although
sir.
you know you could get a little medical here. You could get a vaginal tear. arterial.
Oh, we talked about it on the
I have
last.
that.
Oh,
I
see.
did have that.
We yeah.
Are you kidding? You didn't tell me.
No, she went to the
Off the air.
gynecologist.
Off the
I did
air.
tell
shit.
you. I
No,
did
we
tell
talked
you.
about it on the show. She went to the gynecologist, and they're like, it looks like you went through war down here.
You
And,
didn't, did you?
yeah, and then she's like, would rough sex have done that?
Yeah.
That was
and,
after.
And people have had arterial bleeds from it.
No,
So
I
you
don't
gotta
even
be
know what
careful.
arterial is. What is
Your
it?
arteries.
No, it
like-
wasn't that.
Well, no, but you could have that. Like
wasn't
that's
that.
a potential.
Her
which I didn't
her
know.
intestines
No,
were
it
bruised.
wasn't that. And actually, no, with that person, it wasn't because of the size of it. It was because
I know the length of time. I'm
The
just kidding.
impact.
Yeah, it wasn't the size of the boat. It was the motion of the ocean.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Your intestines
Rough
were
waters
not
out
bruised.
there.
My intestines are fully intact. Thanks. No, I've had some big ones, so I totally feel you on that.
Yeah.
I haven't.
So
Yeah, right.
so I'm just
No,
saying.
we're sisters.
Yeah.
She's a size queen also.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Like
but I've been cursed lately.
that's why you need the dick pic. This is why it's so important.
No, but it's like
I'm just saying it's why it's important.
It's hard though because if you want a fuck boy, then you can get a dick pic like
Yeah.
4 seconds into the
But
combo.
then I'm like, I'm not gonna meet you.
Yeah.
because
It's grossing me out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd rather
So-
just be surprised.
Again, nuances. It's
Maybe
like
you have good
you're just hoping,
conversation.
but then you have like the big dick energy, like you were saying, like you have dickdar. Where you're like, I feel like this is gonna be a good one. Like I feel like based on your confidence, you got a nice sized penis.
Well, the last one was kind of my fault because he had sent me that video, like getting a blowjob
yeah,
from his
yeah.
ex with the glasses on.
Oh,
that
the
was
great
the one?
video.
That was the other
That
one.
was such a terrible.
No, but what was so
video.
good about that video
The
was
dog.
at the end of the video, she was like, "Are we done?" And then
See, I couldn't.
Oh.
even
I
I didn't
finish
even
it.
watch to the end.
I absolutely watched
Oh
to the
my
end.
god, I didn't even. See
She
the
was
end.
so annoyed. In fact, I haven't deleted.
done.
I haven't even deleted your text to me, so I can always go back to that video.
Always refer.
She's just so annoyed, and I'm like, I love it because she did him a favor.
Yeah.
Because Janelle, this like every video I have of Janelle sucking my dick ends the same way. Okay, like
You knew it was
you got the
coming.
video,
You knew
like,
it.
but because I tried to make it go longer than normal,
Yeah.
and she's like, dude, get the fucking camera out of my face.
Yeah.
It's so fun,
But I've seen lots of videos of homemade ones, and
Oh,
they
yes.
tend to all end that way.
they do. The person's annoyed.
Except for that one that I got the other day. I showed Jackie. The one where the girl is just like, yes, put it all over me.
Oh, that- yes.
Yeah, that was
Oh
weird.
yes.
But
put it
but
on
she
me,
but
yes,
she
all
was
over my
there for that.
tits.
She wasn't in a relationship with either
No,
one of us.
definitely
She was
not.
there for that.
She was there for that.
Yeah, that like I have a.
Was that a preconceived?
She was
like,
just extra. Like
Yeah.
it
She
was
wasn't
very-
cute.
it was very, like-
too
it
extra.
was,
I don't know.
very-
It was very cute for
he
me.
liked it.
I
He
did.
liked it.
I
It's
still
like
watch
big
it.
tits rubbing themselves. You know?
It's what I'm into.
Yeah.
You just checked off all my Pornhub searches. You like literally like if you go to my Pornhub, it's like
Big tits rubbing.
yes, it's like done.
No, but you're right. She was there for that. Like she was just
Yeah.
an object in that moment
Yeah.
for those two people.
Because you like feeling like that. Like when you're there to be an object, that's how you roll like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I have like a 15-minute video of you to prove it, and not one time in
That's
that
when
video.
we made it together.
I know, but that's
Just
not
us.
one time in that video where you're like, okay, stop. You
I
were,
was so drunk. I was
you were
looking
like-
at that video the other night.
and that was the daytime. It was like 1 p.m. and we're
Wait,
wasted.
which one? No, that was the one in Berkeley. That was like 15 minutes.
No, not the one in Berkeley. I'm talking about the one that we made
with
with
our
our fun
Oh,
friend.
yeah.
That was a 15-minute video, and you were like,
That's a
"I'm here for the
long
whole
video.
thing."
I just had to like.
That was
get
just
out
a
of my
piece.
head.
It was just a piece. That
That's like liberating. You
that
know?
session was
It's
like
makes
2
you feel
hours.
Free.
yeah.
Except when he tried to pick me up, and then he did, which was great. But then I was like, I feel like a fat
Then
cow
it's on
right
like
now.
sex fails.
It's like no, it didn't fail. It was actually successful.
Oh, that's
I
good.
was like, put me down. I cannot do this.
Yeah.
I felt like over.
And then
like,
instantly in that moment, I was like, "Ugh, "All right, I'm like, our dicks are basically the same size, but now he just picked her up and like flailing her around the room."
Yeah, but there's that move you could do, like where one picks you up and then they both like,
Well,
you know.
yeah,
that's
we've done
cool.
that.
I've seen the porn.
Oh, that's cool. That's like goals.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
But
Well,
not with the small dicks I've been dealing with.
No,
Shit.
you have to have a long enough dick to like reach into certain areas.
it was
It almost is physically impossible with some.
for our
Oh,
live
guys,
show.
I'm sorry.
It's
I
okay.
know.
For our live show, I was like, I was saying something, and I was like, yeah, there's some moves that we want to do that I need an extra 2 inches just to pull off.
Yeah, and it's not. It's
Hey,
just like a,
it's a
you
thing.
know,
It's
it's a
a thing.
thing.
It's a
It's a
thing.
facts thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like seven's
Sorry.
not enough. It's good. It's just not enough. I mean,
And it can be. I've
No,
been
and
with
it is.
people who are smaller, and
But
it's
here's
a
the
little
thing:
disappointing.
if
but
you go to the corner pizzeria and have pizza, it's fine. But then you go to like Lombardi's and it's like amazing.
although I have had someone who was bigger and didn't know what the fuck
Oh.
they were
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
like
fuck,
Janelle
yeah.
can write a book on
Oh,
what to do with your
no.
penis.
It's like, ooh.
That's actually more often
It's
than
sad.
that's more often than not. And the favorite experience that we've had together was with someone who didn't have like the biggest one out there that we've had.
Yeah,
you know
they
what
just
I mean?
like came out for the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was good size. It was similar to Ron's size. They had similar sizes, so it wasn't like the biggest one, but it was the best experience that we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not just out there like looking for some fucking anaconda cock.
But you're also not
Okay,
not
Nikki.
looking for it. You're also not looking for
Oh,
it.
I got a dick pic. I got a dick pic today. It was pretty nice.
I love sharing dick pics. That's like my fave.
My phone's
like,
all the way
just
over there.
so you know, the 26% out there, if you share it, it's gonna get shared
Oh, yeah.
times 10.
Oh yeah.
But now here's
Group chats.
here's the
group
thing
chats.
when so we're on this app that has couples finding couples, and I don't think I've ever talked about this on the show, so this is fun. So when I'm on there, I'll swipe on people and they can swipe on me separate from Janelle. So then I'll be like, oh, hey, what's up? And then is this the guy or the girl? And it's the guy. Oh, okay, cool. He's like, yeah, you want to meet? I was like, sure. And
It's
he goes,
almost always the guy.
yeah, and he's like, you guys want to meet? I'm like, yeah, sure. I was like, you have any pictures you want to share? And then they'll send him like, oh, that's cool, but can I see your dick? I was like, because I know what my
Wait,
wife's
the-
looking for.
Oh,
I'll
the
say that.
guy is swiping on you.
Yeah, on me because we're two
The,
couples
the
trying
guys
to get.
are like vetting the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
people out.
So
like,
so I'll be like, oh, can I see your dick? I know what my wife's looking for. So before this conversation goes on any longer,
Like,
and they'll
what's
send me a dick, and more often than not, I block them. I'm like, she wants nothing.
there was
to do
one
with that.
time they were like in some rich ass part of San Francisco, and then the guy had like a very, smaller sized one,
Yeah.
and I was like, no, like his looks and combined with his penis in combination with his personality, it wasn't like I
Yeah,
just
it wasn't
wasn't
a match.
interested. It wasn't a match,
Nice.
you know. So,
But
yeah.
with me, I've gotten personally my fair share of dick pics. You wouldn't think
That's
it, but
fun.
but as
You've
couples,
sent your dick
exciting.
too.
and I've sent my dick to a dude. I'm like,
awesome.
here you go.
Hold on, but do you send? Okay, this is what I want to know.
Okay.
Some guys do the soft. I've had soft
Yeah.
ones sent.
Yeah.
Do you do soft? Or
Oh, I
hard?
couldn't. No.
Because
No, if I did soft, they'd be like, no, not your wife's
so
clit.
you're a grower.
Yeah.
You're a grower.
Yeah, if I send my soft dick, they'd be like, no, not your wife's clit. I want to see your dick. And I'm like, oh, block.
No, it is a grower.
Because you're a grower. and
He's
not
a grower.
sure.
He's a
It's all
grower.
good.
He's a
Yeah.
grower.
We all have a
No, I've actually had in front of Janelle and separately people be like, dude, your dick is fucking huge. And I'm
This
like,
is
thanks.
Like
Did
TMI,
they say
but
that
I'm
to you?
going with it.
Dude, your
No,
dick is huge.
but they've said I've had a big dick.
Like, bro, you got a big one there.
Because in fact, I used to tell Janelle all the time. I was like, it's hard because we're going against not hard my penis, but like the situation is difficult because we're going and we're meeting with these guys and they're like this microphone that's in front of your face. They're like huge, and I'm like, and I still got to stay hard. You know what I mean? So
You're
it's like.
Lucille Ball there.
So I'm like trying to like overcome instant insecurities
Yeah.
in the moment. Like
Yeah.
in the moment, I'm like, and then one time Janelle's like, "What? Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just need like a moment to remind myself that I'm like
I'm good. I'm satisfactory.
Almost every single female that we've had has a better body than me. Like every single one of them, including the 60-year-old. It's
and
like
that's and that's the whole thing. It's like
everyone has insecurities
Yeah.
about their life or their body and how I,
I agree.
feel.
and this whole like body movement is making me like Lizzo. Oh my god.
Did you her ass the other day?
Yes, and
Oh
Homer.
my
That
God.
was like awesome because I
yeah,
love
I'm
that shit.
I'm excited because it just brings it'll bring a new light into everybody sharing
yes,
everything.
every
which
shape,
is-
every
yeah.
size, beautiful,
I'm all about
no
it.
matter what.
But with that being said, it's really difficult sometimes when you have a microphone the size of that and you're
Yeah.
like, you're rocking
But
like.
then, sometimes I feel like it's too big, maybe. I don't know. I've
No,
never had
never
that.
too big.
Okay, all right. I don't know. I feel like that could be a thing.
I feel like I'm
How
on
can
the-
you
I'm on the-
ride it? Like,
I'm on
it's
the
like
quest
you can't
for, like,
even
the
go
biggest,
down all the way.
what?
Like, okay, so the action is like the clit's being rubbed,
Yeah.
but you can't go down all the way if it's that big.
No.
But
So-
that's the point is to wind up in a situation where you're like, last night I couldn't go down all the way.
We'll do it for
Lucky
the
me.
podcast.
Lucky
That's my
me.
hashtag now.
No, you find other ways to have an orgasm I can barely
guess.
have an like a vaginal orgasm. Like that's
Unless I'm
difficult.
on top.
Unless I'm on top, and unless
Which
I'm
is
with.
like weird.
Well, I did have it one time with that one person.
Well, there's a
but
couple
that was
times.
only because
There's a couple times because you had been with them many
yes,
times.
yes,
Yeah.
it's never gonna happen on a
It's-
one nighter.
right.
Like it's
Yeah.
never
There-
gonna
there's-
happen that
there-
way.
it's women. It's like physiological.
It's
for us.
impossible. Not impossible, but hard.
In fact, in the times that we have been with other girls, with the exception of the lesbian who I never got to be inside of,
Of course.
right?
Naturally.
But
She was like, no,
Hey,
not
how
to
does-
but there was only
Skin
one. There was
dildo
only
right
one
here.
time that I came with a girl.
Oh, like a strange girl.
Yeah, there's only one time, and that was because Janelle.
Wait, so wow, that's a thing for dudes.
No, I didn't
Could
know
be.
this. In fact, when
Oh.
Janelle and I weren't together, I had an issue. Like I would be with these girls and like they'd be like, "Wow, you can go for a long time," and I was like, I guess so, yeah.
We can keep going.
And then I was like, it's okay. Next time, next time. And I actually
Yeah.
and then,
Tonight's for you, baby. Tonight's for
you.
you.
Yeah.
This shit is satisfying
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
and then I was like, and then we have a friend Michelle, and I used to text her and be like, I can't do this with anybody but
Yeah.
Janelle. And she's like, well, it's psychological and it's
comfort.
like
Yeah,
it's like this thing. And I was like, no, but like it shouldn't be that. Like, because you never think about that for guys.
I think
like,
guys can just like squirt on a
and
Oh yeah,
dude, the
rub up
bus
against
stop.
a tree
Yeah.
and they fucking
subway.
Here's the thing. The moment that they would leave, I would be able to jerk off and be done.
That's so weird.
But it was
yeah.
for some reason like I was just because we were still in that like
Yeah, it's
moment.
like limbo. It's
yeah,
like
and then
mental.
when we were together and then we started having these fun evenings, the person that we were with, they would leave and then we'd keep going for an hour and a half and then finally we would come.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like there'd be times where even with our friend, where we could go and like it wouldn't happen, and then all of a sudden that person leaves, and then we come
like,
in like 10 minutes.
oh, thank God he's
Yeah.
gone.
Well, no, but it's not in a negative. It was just that for some reason. But then as we got more comfortable with him,
Yeah, it was just
We
a
were-
new vibes,
yeah.
new situations.
So like yeah,
But I have friends
so
that
weird
that
how
can have
mental it
a vaginal orgasm where it's just
Same.
straight fucking and they can come that
Same.
way. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my friends told me she squirts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to do that. Like,
Yeah.
just once.
No, I would like to try it,
That's cool.
but I think you gotta like learn how to do it.
I want to like aim. No, I think it's physiological.
Oh, so you have to have it or not? You can't learn it.
I think so. I think they try to like do the whole gimmick, but like I've looked it up, like, cause I'm like, as a nurse, like, what is this?
It's pee.
They say the bladder. They've done ultrasounds where the bladder fills up,
And then after they squirt, the bladder's empty.
yeah, but I don't think it like is.
it's
pee.
not 100% P. But I just got to point out something, and correct me if I'm wrong. But literally, this is the best podcast ever created because
think
like
so.
no one talks about this kind of
No.
stuff. And I'm like sitting here, you're like, and I want to squirt, and I'm like at least just once, and I'm sitting here I'm pouring myself some bourbon, and I'm like, this is the best show ever. This is
I
fucking
think that's
amazing.
cool. Like, I want to shoot a guy in the face with my
Me too.
squirt. Like,
They
So-
squirt us
damn,
in the face.
motherfucker.
Yeah, they
Janelle-
squirt us in the face all the time.
So Janelle got a girl squirt in her face.
wait,
in my
and
mouth.
so okay, so did it smell? What did it taste like? It was like blank.
No, it was like right in her mouth.
like cum. Was it just like
no, it wasn't a lot. It wasn't like these porns where they squirt across the room.
Maybe that's artificial then.
So I don't know what that is. I haven't done the research on it, but I could definitely feel like a gush, and it wasn't like urine. Like I didn't. It just
Did it
tasted.
spout like a little waterfall?
It just like was
It
warm
like
on
it
my
like
tongue.
it like sprayed, and then she goes, "Oh!" And I looked, and I was like, "She's like she squirted on me," and
Did
I was
she
like,
warn you?
"No, she didn't." And then was really fucked up was I think she was like, "Oh,
Oh, she was embarrassed.
well, no," but her apparently her boyfriend or husband at the time, he was really frustrated that she was doing things with Janelle that she had never, like she was making noises and like that insecurity thing on other people.
Ron
can
had to
go
have
through.
a fucking 30-minute conversation with him on the balcony at the
Talking
hotel.
him off the fucking
Yeah,
cliff.
literally talking him off the ledge. Like
Wait, while
you're-
you guys are hooking up?
No,
in
no,
the back?
afterwards.
It was over. We were just
Oh.
chit chatting. She was actually really cool. I liked her a
Yeah.
lot. We had like kids at young
She
ages.
obviously liked you, too.
She liked me too. I think I was her first
Yeah.
female, which
I
I,
think
was
you're
like,
like comforting.
I am comforting.
And the thing is I tried to keep because I realized because like Janelle wasn't into the husband, you know. So I was just like,
no.
so I was like, let's stay away from them.
distract you.
Let's just how about let's let them have their night and then we can just jerk off about it later.
Yeah.
Like let's just let them
or
do their
like
thing.
jerk off watching. Like I
Yeah,
don't know.
like just whatever. Like just don't touch. And he kept wanting to be like, can I?
it's like being
can
at the
I-
museum.
But have
Look,
you ever,
don't touch.
Have you ever seen those?
You'll ruin
I
it.
know that you're young, but there used to be the like the bubble gum, the hard pink bubble gum things that like
Bazooka.
bazooka. Do you
I
remember
remember
bazooka?
bazooka.
That's what his penis looked like, a
Yeah.
pink bazooka, and it was just
Ew.
Janelle's like,
It was
I'm
like
not,
square.
I'm not touching.
She was fucking hot though. If you just take him out of the equation, like she was laying on the bed backwards and like deep throating him. He was like dipping his dick like down her throat while she was like backwards. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, that's a cool move. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
mentally note that one. But it's just like I wasn't trying to be unfair, but I knew I knew from the get go that I wasn't attracted to him. But she was cute. So the way that we had set it up was like, your wife is looking for an experience. Like I'm down to hook up with her, kiss her, whatever.
Yeah.
And the guys can stay out of it. It wasn't like
Right, I wasn't
it's not.
involved.
Yeah, it wasn't like
Yeah.
Ron gets to fuck her, but he doesn't get to fuck me.
Yeah,
we
'cause
made
that's
it
fair.
That's fair. And then it turned into like he wanted
He
it
got
to
all
play out that
pissed
way, and then
off.
he got pissed off, and I was like, well,
So
sorry.
it's so funny because it's like a psych experiment. Like
Yeah,
you're
it really
dealing with-
is.
You're like at
It's
these
like a
people's
social
most
experiment.
intimate moments, and if they're new at it, it's like, oh, they're a beginner. Oh, okay.
Oh
all right. Are you
gosh,
ready
we
for
had our
this?
trials and
Oh,
tribulations.
no. Right? Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it was like it's like Maron.
Oh my
Do I?
I've
re-
seen this before. Oh no.
It's like and then like I'll let's say I'm talking to a friend of mine and I'm telling about the experiences that we have. He'll be like, it seems like you're having a lot more guys versus and then girls experience, and I'm like, yeah, it's unfortunate because there's just 900 million dudes that are down for anything, and there's like 6 girls that are down for
Yeah.
stuff,
Girls
and then
are,
you have to like find them.
picky.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, but why don't you just make it like be like, oh, you can't till I'm like, no, because it's not fair. You
can't set
No, you
rules.
can't do that because it's like I can't just be
Especially
like
this.
because I don't get to
No,
on
no,
Monday,
no.
you don't get to on
No.
Tuesday. So I'm just like, no, you got to go with it.
Go with the flow.
And and I benefit from it a lot, even if I
Yeah.
don't like if
It's
like
like, a
last
live
night.
porn.
Yeah, like if last night she would have hooked up when she came back home, I would have been like the king. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I would have totally
Yes.
benefited
This
from
guy
it.
over here, I was like, I'm on my way home. He's like, oh, did you suck his dick? I'm like, no,
I was like-
didn't. He's
I was like,
texting
did-
me this.
I was
Did
like,
you, did you fuck him in the bathroom? I'm like, no, and I'm sober. So
and then
please, I'm on my way home now.
And then I'm sitting
And
there
I'm sober. Oh no.
and I take my phone and I go,
must have
fuck,
been
and I look at the
bad.
dog and I'm like, God damn it, Bella. I was like, it looks like I'm not gonna have any fun this evening.
Let me get Pornhub on.
totally no, that's totally true. That's totally true. And then Janelle's like, you were watching porn? I was like, yeah, I figured.
Of course,
Ugh.
shit.
I
You're
guess
gonna
like
go-
it's just it's like I was saying, like for you, like just to have you on here to like explain your single person experiences, it's pretty interesting.
cool. It's like-
and now you're in New York. Have you noticed anything different from California to New York, or is it the same nonsense?
It's like the same nonsense. Maybe the guys like will like trickle around. Like in California, they'll just be like, "Oh, like no, I'll
Yeah.
never talk to you again,"
Yeah.
or like I'll never talk to them
Window
again.
shopping. Window shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys in LA want to like name drop and use that whole like celebrity
People
type thing.
people generally out there. I've
Yeah,
noticed
here
that.
they're like real dudes.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I like
The
that.
plumbers and
Yeah, like-
mechanics and stuff.
yeah.
I work in refrigeration. Yeah.
Yeah. But like
It's true. They're
It's
like,
hey,
blue collar.
Yeah.
You know over in the corner of Wyckoff and Bushwick Avenue. Yeah, I'm doing
Yeah.
the corner.
I'm at the deli.
I'm
I
right
got
there.
3 things to do.
Yeah, I'm doing. Yo, you want some bologna, some ham? I got boy's head.
Boy said, boy
Yeah,
said.
I've been
only.
fucking hawking sandwiches for like fucking 20 years now. I started there when I was 6 fucking teen. And my dad's like, "Oh, you gotta get a job." I'm like, "Get off my balls, Dad." I got balls on my back.
You know,
Serious.
actually, like I find I was thinking about this. Like it's like regional. Like I know California is like way more open with lots of different things.
That's what I was curious of how the threesome thing's gonna go here.
Yeah.
But we're also in Bushwick,
Yeah.
which is like more progressive.
yeah, definitely more progressive than if we were in maybe some parts
Like
of Queens
Jersey.
or Long Island or Jersey, like the
Yeah.
suburbia.
Like classic,
Suburbia.
suburbia.
Yeah, where there's like more families and stuff like that. So I think we're okay, but it is a little bit different. It's a
Yeah.
little different.
Yeah, and then
And there's new people. It's different people. It's different
Yeah.
personalities. Whole like.
but then also
180s.
we're like struggling with the fact that we moved to a new place and and like we're like, gosh, it's like cold and the sun goes down at
Like,
4.
I can't even get to work.
Yeah,
How am I gonna fuck some
like
dude?
I'm gonna just eat pizza, and then all of a sudden, like today, I ate lunch. That's all I had today was something at like 1 o'clock, and I'm like not having dinner because I just feel
Well,
horrible.
I felt better about myself because hashtag, we should tag her in this episode, but hashtag New York City date night, NYC date night.
She's so boring.
But she's
Sorry.
like, this is my life in the winter when it gets dark at 4, and she's just watching TV with like a pizza at home with her dog.
Like seamless.
But like that's what I feel like. It's like it's dark at 4
I feel like
o'clock.
we're hibernating, and
But I
the
feel
thing
so
is,
too.
it's like I took me like a year to lose like 60 pounds. And then it took me like minutes to gain like 40. And now I'm like, fuck, okay, if I start today, I should be good by June.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
So
fuck.
now that's real. Like in LA, I did that, but it's like, no, bitch. It's always sunny here.
It's
There's
yeah.
no excuse.
Yeah. So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
but here it's like, okay, maybe I could take a couple months off. And
Here
like,
you have sweaters and jackets. That
I haven't
you can
like
cover
I
up.
used to walk to work every day, like a mile
Yeah.
on the subway. Now I'm like taking the bus.
You're taking the Ubers or the buses because it's warmer. It's just a whole different lifestyle.
yeah, it's definitely like all over the place. So just like we knew that this conversation was going to go long, so make sure you listen to part 2, which will be coming up the same day. So wait till you hear what that shit's about.
So what? It's just sex.
Wait a minute.